Beat me every time. That beat do it every time, bro. I'm telling you.
Every time, yo. Welcome to another episode of Three Amibros with your Three Amibros. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be tuned into our newest episodes. And with that all said, season done.
Party done?
Yeah, well, regular season done.
Regular
season.
I mean, regular season
done for
party,
16 other teams. Party done.
I mean,
yeah.
Party just started. Party done, but the party
Cancun just started.
Cancun season started for a lot of
Cancun season started. It's vacation time for a lot of these players.
Eagles got
and coaches.
Delay, but we on our way. We got a little week delay, but we'll be there next week.
We gonna get to it. Before we even get into like the teams and stuff like that, I wanted to gauge y'all. Like, I want to pick y'all brains real quick on some. What's up with the coaching situations? Pete Carroll is out in Seattle. He's staying on as a scout analyst, all the above.
But that's not definite yet because he just released a statement that he's open to everything.
No, he's open because he still wants to coach, but Seattle wants to keep him on. That's Seattle's plan is to keep him on. Yes, baby.
Yeah, he did. He said he wanted to stay around. He said he opened anything. He on some freak shit.
But then there's Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is out in New England, and Gerard Mayo is in. We have a little coaching carousel thing where even Chicago
give Nick his flowers too. Nick Saban.
I was just about to say that.
Oh yeah, I'm getting to that. I was getting to that. But we Chicago decided to keep their coach, fire the offensive staff. And then we still have coaching. We have coaching hot seats where Mike McCarthy is on fringe, Nick Sirianni is on fringe. There's a lot of chitter chatter, but is the biggest name now that Bill is out and shout out to Bill and his amazing career in New England. And shout out to Nick Saban for everything that he's done for the Alabama program, everything that he's done for college football, period.
College gold. And you got it, Mike Vrabel too is out.
Vrabel's out.
Vrabel,
And that was the thing that I thought that with Vrabel being out and then Bill Belichick, the news is kind of, where if Bill is out, is Vrabel going to be in? Is Vrabel going to be the guy? And I'm not mad at them, kind of upgrading.
They had an in-house promotion.
Gerard Mayo.
Yeah,
he was a linebacker.
He never got bad reviews from any of the players and the coaches. Like Gerard has always been, he's always gotten positive, and he's been, you know what I'm saying. But like I said, from get-go, like respect to Bill. I appreciate everything he's done for the organization. Like, I can't even put it into words. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
Facts. Respect, greatest coach of all time. But the time came. You know what I'm saying? The time came. I wasn't opposed to him leaving. I wasn't opposed to him staying, but the time was up.
I know that feeling with Andy.
Yeah. With that said, I did want Vrabel. And I did want Vrabel because Vrabel has proven that he could win in the league. Gerard wasn't even a coordinator for us. He was a positions coach. Bill didn't even give him the title as coordinator. But he did get the back-ended promise that if he did come back last year, because he did interview for the Panthers job last year.
Yep.
I remember. With the promise that he would be the coach if Bill left. And Kraft stuck to that promise. So, I mean, I respect that loyalty. I respect him keeping his word, giving him the job. And I'm not opposed to Mayo coming in. I just hope that he comes in with his own team building philosophy. Because if he comes in with the same mindset as Bill,
it's gonna be more of the same.
Yeah, that's the one dangerous thing about in-house promotions, because it's not really a lot of new ideas, and it's usually like the same base foundation idea of the previous coach with a little sprinkle of something. But that is the risk of in-house.
I mean, but
exactly.
we're
also bringing in. We're also bringing in. Well, I hope we're bringing in an outside GM, because there will be a different GM. Mayo's not going to be the GM.
Yeah.
Now, if we keep the GM from in-house, then it's going to be the same shit all over again.
That doesn't make sense to me if y'all do that.
Then
again, I don't know, because Bill was the house, so we don't.
That's a fact. Same thing with the coordinators. Like, it depends on who we keep as, it depends on who we bring in as the offensive coordinator.
He's going to bring in his own coaches. But I think the good thing about Mayo is he's 37, 38 years old. He's young. So that means that he's not indoctrinated in the old way of the NFL thinking when it comes to coaching. And then two, the players are going to look at him still like the way his teachings, the way that he does things, like, oh, Mayo probably could go out there and still play. He still has the IQ and the defensive know-how to be able to lead the defensive side of the ball. Now he is going to need somebody to come in on the offensive side of the ball for a coordinator that's going to not just be innovative in how they're going to go forward, but also that's going to be able to scheme things.
And I have the guy for that. If he's smart, right? I have the guy for that. My dream coordinator on the offensive side of the ball, right? That knows the New England way. That is innovative, right?
Oh,
Wes Welker, bro.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not even mad at
all that Shanahan, Mike McDaniel. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dream. That's my dream
offensive coordinator.
I'm not even mad at them looking at Tom Brady.
Isn't he a position coach?
Like, I'm not mad at.
He's a position coach too. Yeah,
on the Dolphins, I think.
On the Dolphins, right?
Yeah, I'm not mad at Wes Welker.
Mayo was just a position coach. He skipped the coordinator.
Yeah. Facts. Well, head coach is just like an overseer. But what y'all really want to do is y'all hoping that Mayo turns out to be DeMeco Ryans, basically.
Facts.
That's exactly what y'all want to do. Because
right.
Gerard Mayo, I mean, it's been a while now, but I remember him on the Pats in like what 09, 08, 08, 09 as y'all starting linebacker.
Right.
So it's kind of crazy how older we getting. We watching these players come in the league, play a whole career, lead,
and they take over for their coach.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah. The job from your coach is crazy, though.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what scares me a little bit, because he's only knew the Patriots way. Like, I don't remember him being on any other team, like after the Patriots. So he only knew the Patriots way. So hopefully, fresh ideas come in somehow, some way, inside of the organization, and Gerard is not stuck on what he knows.
Yeah, no, I agree. But with all that being said, with Bill being on the market now, with Pete Carroll out in Seattle, with the uncertainty of Harbaugh in Michigan, who's the hottest commodity currently? Who's the go-to coach first, and then that'll be the trickle effect for the other teams?
Well, I think it depends on the teams. I think certain coaches match with certain teams. But if you all right, boom. If we talk about most attractive teams first, I think the most attractive teams is Atlanta and LA, right? And I think Harbaugh could come in. I think Harbaugh to Atlanta is perfect. His style of system, he just need. I mean, I think he can even make one of them regular ass quarterback shake, just be a game manager like JJ McCarthy. He could boom. He got two running backs. He could do his thing. O-line decent. Defense is getting up there. He can play his style in Atlanta. Atlanta has weapons. Kyle Pitts. You know what I'm saying? Drake London, all of them. I feel like the Chargers,
I would say arguably LA would be the better fit for him in that token as well, because I mean LA has a good stable running backs, and they have a better defense in my opinion.
They have Elker is an elite running back, but I don't look at him as just a pure runner. That's what Harbaugh needs, though. He needs a pure running back, runner too. And LA, I feel like LA is fine, but I feel like LA don't. I feel like LA is more of I feel like Harbaugh offense is too boring for LA. Like, I feel like LA, I would want to go get a more exciting passing coach with all of those weapons and a quarterback.
But Harbaugh's an offensive coach.
I mean, but his offense. But he's really a running defense philosophy. We've been through this in 10 different episodes. His philosophy is run the ball and defense. He doesn't really. He don't have no hobby.
He's big on a quarterback like that.
And that's what I'm saying. He can groom a quarterback and coach a young quarterback and just stick to his philosophy of running the ball and playing defense. But I feel like the Chargers you're almost like wasting having a very good quarterback with Harbaugh because it's not his style of play, like letting the ball fly. But it might be the same thing with Bill. Who knows?
The Chargers are also, they're talented, but they're also top heavy. They don't have a lot of depth. Rush Harbaugh, they could change that this offseason, but they don't have a lot of depth, and they're getting older. That's the thing. Atlanta's really young. They have pieces everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So they have a core for like the next 3 to 4 years. You could build 4 to 5 years really to build with.
And they have a fan base in like just like where it's at exactly. Like the market of Atlanta is fired. Like New York. What the hell are their names? The not San Diego. Yeah, LA Clippers, Chargers. They're like the second step. They're like the Clippers, bro, when it comes to LA teams behind the Rams.
Yeah.
I mean, Atlanta is the best place.
Also, I mean, if you're looking at the Falcons that way, you would have to look at Tennessee the same way. I mean, Tennessee is almost identical in their makeup to Atlanta. They're just a lot older. I think that could be a nice destination for Harbaugh too. But also, I think that Harbaugh ultimately wants to be closer to his brother. I think that if he decides to come to the NFL, it's gonna be a team that's a lot closer to Baltimore. So Atlanta could be a viable pick.
Yeah, or DC. Or the Commanders. I think
DC, DC. DC's there too.
That's
and I think DC has a lot of good makeup, and they have a lot of good cap space where Harbaugh could really, kind of engineer his will. But the thing is with DC, you have Bob Myers coming in from Golden State. As the GM, and then you don't know what your identity is going to be going forward because they
have the number 2 pick. They can make an identity.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. Currently, they don't know their identity. They would have to. You would need your coach in place, sooner than later, because you still got the draft coming up. You still have free agency coming up. You want to be able to install everything now going forward, so that way you have everything in place and all the tools you need. You could just start handpicking what you want and what you don't want. But DC is a somewhat desirable location too. But I do you think that I don't think players want to play in Washington, to be honest, not the top free agents.
They cool. I don't know. DC, once they got rid of Chase Young and all that, I feel like the defense they have less like sex appeal now when they defense. They got rid of their pass rushers because they back end was never that fire. Pause. But like their back seven was never fire like that. It was really the pass rush.
I think right now DC is an up and coming desirable place because of the fact that you have new ownership with Magic Johnson. You have a new GM and Bob Myers, and Bob Myers has done wonders for Golden State. I think that with that mind state coming into Washington, I think that he can still do wonders in Washington. It's not that it's not in a place where players want to play. Players want to get paid, period.
This is what happens if for DC to appeal, they got the number 2 pick, and I see it already. Everything is aligning for them to get cut.
Yep.
Caleb Williams, DC is like it's his hometown team.
Yep.
It's all aligning for him to end up there.
Marketable. It makes it a little flashy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Caleb is already sassy.
And you still have the enemy there. Currently, he's still there.
That could be a disaster though, with their personality.
That too.
But that could be a disaster. But Caleb.
They said I see T. Higgins joining DC if the money is right.
Yeah, they
got I don't see Higgins going to DC.
I need him in New England. I
don't see Higgins.
Money.
I think he'll chase the money, but if he chases the money, I'm looking at Chicago. I'm looking at Carolina. I'm looking at
New England. New England top 3 in cap space.
New England. I look at New England, but also I would look at New England depending on who's
and you're the alpha. You're the alpha one. It all lines up. You get your bag, and you become the guy in the offense.
I'm not mad at that.
Guy.
I'm not mad at that.
The guy.
I'm not mad at that at all.
What I was going to say though, before we move on about Washington is because you said you were talking about the new ownership. Sometimes new is not good. Sometimes people wait and see how new works out before they want to go over there. And Bob Myers coming is cool, but it's a whole different sport. So I'm sure they really brought him for his business mind more so than his sport mind. But I mean, they definitely up and coming, but they just need a head coach first. They got to crawl
Well,
before they walk.
the reason why I'm kind of high on the ownership is only because Magic Johnson is involved, and you've seen what he's done for the Dodgers. You've seen while he's been an owner of the Dodgers, he's turned that franchise into one of the most marketable franchises in Major League Baseball, and two, they have they have nothing but the best players over there, and players want to willingly go over there.
But I mean, you got
that's not all of it. Yeah, that's LA. That's Dodgers history, and they have that appeal. You know,
the Dodgers really don't have that much of a history. I mean, people that follow the majors know that the Dodgers really don't have that much of a history.
They moved from Brooklyn to LA. They're still the Dodgers, bro. Like they're still the LA Dodgers.
Yeah, but it's not. They don't have the rings to show for it. They don't have the postseason marquee banners and everything to show for all of it. I mean, you could talk about the Yankees, you could talk about the Red Sox, you could talk about the
Clippers.
I could go down a rabbit hole, but at the end of the day, the Dodgers right now are one of the most hottest. I'll say the Dodgers and the Giants are the two most hottest teams in the majors that a lot of players want to go and play. You had Shohei.
I know about the Giants.
Ohtani.
All right, don't go too deep into baseball.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just saying. But
long story short, I agree with EG. Like those Magic Johnson, Bob Myers, they're there for the marketing appeal, not more so getting players to come and perform.
And they had LA
sells itself.
Look at the Rams.
I disagree.
They went to St. Louis for a while, came back and had the super cachet, and then boom, they won the Super Bowl, made it even better.
When you're talking about a state with a state tax that's one of the highest in the countries in California, like you have to want to go over there and play. You have to want to take less money to play for a franchise because of the players and the sums of his parts. So that's why I say like it's not just I want to play for the Dodgers because of the history. They really don't have a good championship pedigree history. They don't. If that's the case, then a lot of players still would want to flock to the Yankees.
No, what I'm saying is the state sells itself. You don't have to pitch LA to me if I'm a player. You don't have to pitch New York to me if you don't have to pitch Miami to me. It's the city. I know if I go to LA, if I'm a star player, just like LeBron, he went to the Lakers because they're the Lakers. They have the history, but he went there for the entertainment, the media aspect of everything.
His production company,
right? All of that comes along. The sponsorship,
Space Jam, yep, all that.
The endorsements, all of that playing in a bigger market. It's going to be hard to sell players that in DC. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they brought Magic and Bob Myers in to help push that along because.
Yeah, I'm mad at that. But what's the biggest team appeal for Bill? We talk about Harbaugh. What would be for Bill?
Every time you say the biggest, but
the Eagles.
I don't know what Bill is, bro. I really don't know what Bill is anymore.
I don't want him. I don't want him on the Eagles.
Eagles or Cowboys?
I don't
want him on the Eagles.
Any coach I want is an offensive coach because we built the
I want an offensive minded coach.
But I don't even know what Bill's identity is anymore, bro, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, if he's going to do the same Harbaugh thing, I have no idea. I don't know anymore. If you want to be like Harbaugh and defensive running the ball, then it's the same team as Harbaugh. It could be Atlanta, it could be LA. But I feel like if you go to LA, if they get in the GM power, he's gonna rip that team apart. Because a lot of people aging him, so he's gonna get rid of a lot of them quick or injury, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
It's tough because Bill, he's not. A lot of teams can't really give him. If he's seeking both roles, a lot of teams really can't give him that. So,
or willing to give him that.
Number one, go into a team where he didn't construct the roster from top to bottom. Because in New England, he picked every single player on that roster, and then you might have a boss giving you the ingredients. So it's gonna be tough for him no matter where he goes.
Which I think him and Howie can flourish if he had more of an offensive mindset. I feel like Howie is a GM and Bill is a coach, the best coach of all time, or whatever you want to call it, like coaching wise and all that. And Howie, the best probably GM of all time. I feel like if they get right, they can get right.
Now let me pose this to you. Now, what if Howie brings in Bill real quick, just because we got to move it along? But if Howie was to bring in Bill and then Bill brings someone like Josh McDaniels with him to be the coordinator, would you take that?
I mean, well,
he's a great coordinator. He just can't coach.
Right now, I'll take me as the offensive coordinator over there. But I don't know because it's like I don't know. That's like Patriots Part 2. But I mean, maybe because I feel like Jalen's strong suit is like Brady, like dinking and dunking, get the ball out quick and reading and all that. I feel like he's bad now because he hold the ball too long. But I mean, maybe right now I'll take anything. No pause. But almost anything. I'll take whoever's the coordinator.
I wouldn't say Josh McDaniels. I would if it is Bill moving forward, I would want somebody a little bit more innovative. I want somebody. I would look into Lincoln Riley. I would look into somebody from college that
I'm not taking
could
a college
come
coach
in.
over Josh McDaniels.
No, I would. I mean, I feel like college. A lot of up and coming coordinators in college could get their start in the NFL as an offensive coordinator and be innovative in the same token. You look at somebody like Lincoln Riley, who's already coached Jalen, could come in and easily move this offense a lot better offensively.
But what Jalen was doing in Oklahoma that was not like a pro style offense at all. That's the main thing.
It was gimmicky.
Yeah, it was gimmicky. It was straight
pass heavy.
I mean, it's super pass heavy, and it was like a lot of space, and the schemes was fire. But
that's
then
what
he
he
also
did
with CeeDee Lamb and all Jalen's receivers. Like the scheme was fire, but it's like a college thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. Like I said though, if I take Bill, I'd rather a fire offensive coordinator is going to move the needle a little bit more as far as scheme and play calling, a little innovative, because we're just not creative at all. And I don't think Josh McDaniels coming is going to do that. He did it that 1 year with Mac, and then it just like dissipated.
Yeah, you want me over Lou? Yeah, yeah. My answer is no. I mean, Josh McDaniels, he showed he's an elite coordinator. He's definitely an elite offensive coordinator, but he also showed that he hasn't had success without Brady. So yeah, you want me over?
But moving forward, we have our playoff matchup set currently with the game starting tomorrow. Hold on, I'm just trying to bring this up. Out of the 16 teams currently in the playoffs, other than the Eagles, e.g., who is the team not supposed to be in the postseason? Who would y'all say is the team that should not be there? Period.
The Steelers.
Absolutely.
I don't.
In the AFC, you said?
I mean, if you take the Steelers out, you're putting in the Bengals, the Jags, or the Colts, because those are the only teams behind them.
Yeah, I mean, the Jags should have been there. They fumbled it.
The Jags or the Colts?
Jags fumbled.
I put the Colts in there too.
The Colts too,
over the Steelers, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the Colts definitely deserved it more, but I mean, it just turned out the way it turned out. But I don't. The Steelers to me is like a waste of game. It's cool though, but their offense is terrible. They keep flip flopping quarterbacks. It's just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the 16 teams that's in, technically it's 14. Out of the 14 teams that's in, what team are you surprised to make it?
The Eagles. Nah, the Steelers. No, I lied. The Bills.
Packers for me.
Bills.
I was gonna say Packers too, but
Packers for me.
Wait,
but
I
had the Bills going. I think once they fired their coordinator and Joe Brady took over, and they became a little scary. They started locking in a little bit defensively.
I mean, if what's the name? If Burrow didn't get hurt, they probably wouldn't have been there.
I think if Burrow doesn't get hurt, the Steelers won't be there. Because the Bills ultimately won the division.
Yeah. But I'm saying I was more surprised, and like I'm surprised as like a macro view, like when they were 6-6 and being ass and they sucked.
Like the 9th seed or the 10th seed at one point.
But exactly. they fought and they climbed and they ended up winning the division at 11-6. They're 6-6 and they won their last. They won on a 5-game win streak and they're 11-6 right now. So at the end of the day, I mean, you gotta give props to the organization. Tom McDermott won because he knows his job is on a hot seat and he made a change and that change worked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, shout out to them. He was balling. They ran the ball. That's what they really needed to start doing.
Yeah, that's true. But that's Joe Brady. That's Joe Brady. That's just out of the 14 teams, what team is the scariest other than the Ravens? What team is the most scariest team?
I mean, I feel like the Niners. That's like a given. But outside of Ravens and Niners, if you want to take them 2 away, I'll say the Cowboys.
I'm not mad at that. I have. Well, I think for me it's between the Bills and the Texans. Texans upstarts. They want to get there. They want to show that they belong. But I think that the Bills just want to show that they belong there. They want to prove that they're the 2 seed and that their Eastern Conference win and come from behind win streak wasn't a fluke. So I think that the Bills and the Texans for me.
How you pick 2 teams?
I know, yeah. Like,
if I had to pick one, I would say the Bills. I
got the Bills too.
As the scariest team?
Oh, you said the scariest, right? Yeah, the Bills.
Scariest.
Outside of the Ravens and yeah.
I don't think the Bills scarier than the Cowboys. Cowboys haven't lost at home.
I mean, you shut down CD. You shut down CD, and it's clear.
That's easy to shut it down,
shut
bro.
down CD is clear.
Shut down these. That's the game plan every week. Shut down CD.
It's hard to shut down CD in the slot.
I'm just saying, man. You shut down CD is clear.
You know how hard it is to shut down CD in the slot?
It is, especially because they move him around so much. They keep him in motion. They do a good job.
You get 20 targets a game. You know how hard that is. Don't think I can shut him down if he rolls his ankle or something. God forbid. And once that happens, it's done. Cowboys.
You know how much pressure that puts on the slot corner or the corner? That's
without a doubt.
So much pressure because you know the ball's going his way.
You can't at that point. You just got to bracket him with all the inside players at that point.
Yeah,
taking out now. You already taking a great player away from one of the side of the fields.
And then you got Brandon Cooks taking the top off. Pause.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God!
If you do that.
Oh my God! All right, let's go into our picks, man. So we got tomorrow. It's the Browns at the Texans. The Texans are underdogs in this. Oh, where did Leslie go?
I think he got a little uncomfortable when I said take the top off.
But we got the Browns at the Texans. The Browns open up -2.
That's a good game. That's a really good game.
My fault. My alarm went off and messed everything up. But I think the Browns are gonna knock Texas out. That was the question, right?
Yeah.
I'm nice, but yeah, I think Texans season ends right then and there. Browns defense too good, and I think C.J. Stroud for the first time this season he's gonna really look rattled. And Joe Flacco on fire right now.
Joe Flacco, since starting for the Browns, has led the league in interceptions. I think that D'Amico Ryans is going to put together a really good scheme, and get these guys motivated. CJ Stroud, he hasn't looked like a rookie all season. I don't think that this is the game that he's going to look like a rookie. I think that he's going to do good. You got Nico Collins back. Yeah, I got the Texans, and they're home. I got the Texans.
Not mad at that pick. I'm not mad at that. I think the Browns win. I don't think CJ's going to have a bad game, but I think that defense is going to be a little too much, even though they do have kinks in their armor.
Look at all the defenses CJ's played against. He's played against the top defenses this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I don't think it'll be bad. I think it'll just be a little rattled. And Myles Garrett, I don't know if he played against a pass rusher like that. That boy.
I mean, he did play against TJ. He had TJ Watt, and
he had TJ. He had TJ twice.
He had TJ twice.
He had Max Crosby. He had who else did they play this year? I can actually look.
I remember he lit
Keep talking, Troy.
Yeah, I'm here.
He lit this up.
People keep calling me.
I know he's lit up some elite defenses. That's for sure. Elite defenses.
Matter of fact, they lost against the they lost against the Browns already at home, 36-22.
What Myles Garrett stats look like?
Hold on.
And was TJ playing when he played the Steelers?
Yeah, he played.
Because I know TJ was
Myles Garrett had 2 tackles for loss, 3 solo tackles, 0 sacks.
Oh yeah, so they game played on him. But then you got what's his name on the other side too.
You had Smith.
Yeah. From the Packers.
Yeah.
Their back seven is also good.
Smith had 2 sacks.
That's what I'm saying. That means they bracketed Garrett and Smith went crazy. That pass rush.
Yeah.
Them boys, man.
I mean, but he's played against elite pass rush. They played the they played the Jets. They did lose against the Jets.
That was the concussion game.
Yeah. That was the concussion game. Yep. They played against. Hold on, I'm looking right now. The Broncos, the Jets, the Titans, the Browns, the Cards, the Bengals.
I wouldn't say the Titans elite defense at all.
Saints, Falcons, Steelers, Jags, Ravens.
The Ravens is a great one.
He's played against good defenses.
What do you play like with the Ravens game?
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens game, that was the first game of the season. They got smacked.
Oh yeah.
But he throw no picks.
No.
Nah, he used them all up in the preseason.
No, that's a fact. That's a
fact.
fact.
Them all up in the preseason.
All right, Dolphins at Chiefs. The Chiefs open up -4.5.
And this game supposed to be
I think this is too high of a spread if you're asking me. But go ahead.
Well, this game is supposed to be like one of the coldest games ever. That's the thing. They think Miami can't come down there and play in the cold like that. But I think
they've already shown they can't.
They can't. Yeah. I've been saying that all season.
I think Tyreek can. I don't think Tua can. Tyreek is used to it.
Yeah, well, Tyreek. Yeah, that's what I was saying. But I think.
But Waddle, Tua, all the guys behind them, A-Chain, Mostert.
They gonna get off the plane like, what the
fuck? Yeah. Well, what did Tom Brady say?
All the receivers' hands is already like this.
Mark Sanchez said you gotta in games like that. He learned from Tom Brady that you have to wear a wetsuit. Like the swimming,
I'm saying I want to know why. Yeah, I want to know why.
But that's what it's called. It's called a wetsuit. It's called a full-body wetsuit.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I would bring my team. If I was the coach, I would bring them there like a couple days early. We'll practice probably outside.
They went there. They went there today. I think they landed this morning.
Yeah,
they're out there right now.
I'd have brought them there earlier than that.
Yeah, that's a little too late. This is normal. That's the normal travel time.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Usually when teams come into town on a Friday before the game.
But I got the Dolphins. I don't. I think
but that's what I said. That's why I said I think that the spread is way too high. I would have the spread at like -1 Chiefs. I have the Chiefs pulling this out by like a field goal, but I don't think that it's gonna be a low scoring game.
Yeah, I don't too, and I feel like it's time now for the NFL to be like the NBA. Everybody should get retractable stadiums, because I don't like when the weather affects games. Like I'm not one of the people. I don't like snow games. I don't like OD rain games. They look cool, but it's like it messes with the quality of football. It's like I feel like it's not the athlete.
Well, I wouldn't say rain and snow, depending on where you are. I mean, it's an advantage for the home team.
Well,
you look at the Bills. There's a reason why the Bills' new stadium does not have a roof.
Yeah, but I don't like that.
It's an advantage to them.
I don't even want no advantage. I want you.
But then the Vikings put a roof on their new stadium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
it's cold as shit in Minnesota too.
And Chicago's new stadium is gonna have a roof.
It's gonna have a roof. Yeah, I think it's an advantage to a certain point because, like, at some point,
psychological.
It is because, like, the game. When was it? When we had Randy Moss. When the Pats had Randy Moss. Was it 2007, 2009?
2008.
Titans. That snow game, we smacked the Titans.
Like 50 zip in a halftime or something. Yeah.
Tom Brady threw the ball like 50 times in the snow in a blizzard. You know what I'm saying? Deep ball.
Hey, yo.
What I'm saying is it didn't affect him. Like, it didn't affect him. Like,
but it affected the Titans. The Titans couldn't even move the ball.
It was like 50 to zip at halftime.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But getting back to that game,
I think it's more of a psychological advantage than it is a physical advantage because you're physically ready. You already have it. Your body is like, all right, I'm ready to go into the cold. You're already out there. But psychologically, it's like, man, it's cold. It's like, I hope I'll get hit. Like that ball and the football is hard. Is OD hard? It's like catching a brick.
No, that's a fact. That's why. That's the only reason that I would say the Dolphins can win the game because I don't trust the Chiefs pass catchers. Like I said I didn't trust the Dolphins in the cold weather, and I said I didn't trust the Chiefs wide receivers in the cold weather. So it could go either way.
I mean, I trust Rasheed and I trust Kelsey. Outside of them, I don't trust anybody else. I think that if the game plan is to put it on the back of Pacheco and dink and dunk to Rasheed and Trav, I think that this is the Chiefs all day. Because the only receiver outside of Tyreek that's gonna affect the game in the cold like that is maybe Waddle. But even still, I don't think Tua is a good passer in the cold either. I mean, we've seen it. We have.
They wouldn't rely on that though. They would rely on those two workhorses.
They would rely on the running game, which they should. But again, Mostert and the chain is not used to this type of cold. So I mean, all it takes is a couple of hits, Spags, zero blitz, and the game could be a lot different.
We giving the Chiefs too much credit because of Mahomes and Andy Reid. They're not a good team. I'm giving
the sums of his parts. It's not just on Mahomes. Like I'm not giving Mahomes one. Like I said, I think that the game plan going into the game is to ride the back of Pacheco.
Yeah,
but you look at the defense too. The defense have been balling. They're used to this cold. Spags is gonna have these boys dialed up. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, 13-10.
They've been a top 3 defense since Jalen Ramsey came back. The Dolphins' defense is not none to sneeze at. And Travis Kelce already, who hasn't been playing that good lately, probably going to have Jalen Ramsey on him or something. Like, that's nothing to sneeze at. Checo coming back from an injury, a little banged up. I think we just giving the Chiefs too much credit because of their past success, but they've shown they have not been a good team. That's why I had them lower my power rankings about a month ago. And I got the Dolphins.
You think it's gonna be a blowout or it's gonna be a close game? The Dolphins are just gonna pull it out.
It's gonna be a close game, really, because of the weather.
What's the spread again?
4.5. Chiefs.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, I would take. I would take the plus. I would take the plus 4.5 on the Dolphins. Easily.
I will take the.
I think I will too. I think that might be bait though. That actually might be a little.
I don't see the Chiefs blowing them out at all. Like I don't. Unless Tua completely crumble, I don't see what they're like. I don't see them blowing them out.
Never know.
Steelers at Bills. The Bills open up -9.
Yeah,
TJ Watt is out. He's done for the season. We don't know who's the quarterback on the Steelers.
That would be Mason Rudolph, most likely.
Mason's confident.
Yeah, Mason's cool, but I think the Bills will get him.
I got the Bills.
Of course.
Yeah. Consensus. Packers at Cowboys. The Cowboys opened up -7.
Listen,
I think this is an upset game.
I go ahead. Talk to me, G, because I think we all on the same boat with this one.
Hear me out. I don't know if the Packers gonna win, but I would take that +7 if they run the ball with Aaron Jones, especially how this man has been running, was pissing me off because he should have been ran like that from week 1 when I had him on my fantasy team. He run the ball with Aaron Jones, get AJ Dillon in there, be more physical up front. And let Jordan Love be the game manager he's been all year. Yeah, they can win this game.
That man, yeah, that's me. Aaron Jones average in Dallas. He averages 147 yards per game in Dallas and 1.5 touchdowns.
Yeah, but I don't really. That's mostly with Aaron Rodgers.
And Aaron Jones has come on as of late. He's come on these past couple of weeks. He looks healthy. He's running hard. He's going downhill. I think this is my upset game of the week. I think that the Packers have all the makings and the tools to upset. I guarantee McFloor was on the phone with McVay like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like I need to ski some things. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think that this is the game of the week that I think that. This is the upset of the week. I think that the Cowboys are not escaping from this like they did with Detroit.
I'm not saying that, but what I will say is because after they got rid of Rasul Douglas and he went to the Bills, they back 7 got a little less, and then what's the little crackhead name? Jair Alexander been losing his mind lately. So I don't even know what his situation is. So it could go haywire. Hopefully he's locked in to be on that slot. But if he's not playing,
I'm just saying,
or they take him out of something, it can go haywire.
I'm just saying, out of all the games this weekend, this is the game where I think that this is my upset alert. I think that the Cowboys are.
If they make Jordan Love pass the ball, like if the Cowboys get an early lead and Jordan Love got to pass the ball, then this game will get bad.
That's true. Jordan Love's not built to come from behind. Pause. Whoa, he's not built. He's not built to lead a comeback against that Cowboys defense. If they get down, just not.
So what's your pick?
I agree that they could win the game, but I don't think they will. But they all upset alert.
I got the Cowboys, but hear me out. That's my answer.
Rams at Lions. The Lions open up -3. Lions are another team that's successful at home and suck on the road. Pause. But yeah, the Lions are another team. But I have the Lions. The Rams look good though.
The Lions to me is on a decline. I'm happy for them. They made the playoffs. They had a good season, but I think the Rams. I think they get outcoached.
That could be very well it too. I
got the Rams.
Well, I have the Lions, but I don't have the Lions by much. I have the Lions exactly where they have them. I have them by a field goal.
I got the Rams.
Yeah, I got the Lions to me is on a decline, bro. I don't like how they've been. I don't know. Something about them I don't like. They don't look like the same dominant team they was. They're either winning or they're winning by close games. But I don't know. They're not falling the same. You feel me?
Defense a little shaky.
Defense, yeah.
Cup is healthy again. I don't know. Stafford and Goff playing against their former teams again on a big stage.
Yep. DR going crazy. That's my nickname for him. Puka Nakua. He going crazy. And then Kyron Williams.
Eagles at Bucks for unprecedented one. First of all, before we even give our picks, there has never been a Monday Night Football game in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's
like
that's
like I get it. I get it's Martin Luther King Day, but nah, man, a Monday night game in the playoffs is
that's why I don't get it.
Nah, that's lit. Why not? You ain't got nothing else going on Monday night.
Well, you got basketball. NBA always has games on MLK Day.
But NBA, nobody ever cared about the NBA to the NFL over completely.
But my thing is, it's like on a Monday you have because the winners of these teams are ultimately going to play on Saturday.
Or maybe
just the reality of it. So they're the only teams that's going to have a short week.
That's what makes it stupid. Yes, and I like the fact that they're trying to put a game on Martin Luther King Day, but Martin Luther King Day been Martin Luther King Day since what 1969 or something when he died. So I don't.
That's what I'm saying. This is the first game ever.
Why you wait till now?
And then what team they shit on once again? Us. Even though we deserve to be shitted on. But listen. So first of all, since he brought up the Eagles,
lick his fingers. What's going on over there?
Listen.
Yeah, since you brought up the Eagles, so I don't know if you've seen it, Lou. Happened probably like an hour or two ago. But
AJ Brown is out.
As when Zero Dog, they said it out completely. I didn't know that. But he went Zero Dog 30 mode. He deleted his whole. I think he deleted his Twitter, and they saying he deleted everything.
Eagles,
like everything Eagles on his IG, which is
that don't mean nothing. The receivers do that shit all the time, and then show up to practice. My bad.
He could have wanted to delete everything, but he probably got like sponsorships or something. He got to hold on to or something. I didn't even really check that deep, but yeah, I don't know if you want to dwell on the game, but I can tell you, I was watching the Bucks and Eagles game, right? The one we played them week 2 or week 3 or whatever it was, and I'm watching the game, and we just look so dominant. So I'm watching.
That was week 3. That was week 3. That was the first week that DeAndre Swift went off for like 150.
Yeah. And the difference in that game was the trenches. The trenches we was getting after Bacon on defense, and we was blocking on offense. And I'm watching this game, and I got this super great feeling in the back of my head. Super great feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about the Eagles. The Eagles is dead in my mind. But watching this game, I had a super, super great feeling. Just subconsciously, I got so happy. And then I realized it was just my direct deposit that hit. Eagles definitely going to lose this game. We asked. We need to wrap it up. We need to go home. The only good feeling I had was about my direct deposit. That's it. This team is ass. This team gave up. And it's been interesting because Goddard said basically that the Eagles, once they made the playoffs, they just been coasting. They basically said that they wanted to get through the gauntlet and they knew they would win these games. Nobody really cared, which I don't know what that means.
I take that with a grain of salt because at the end of the day,
I take that with no grain because I don't even. We needed the Giants game. We could have got the number 1 seed. Well, or you know what I'm saying, it had meaning to it. So
I think that they played hard in the Cardinals game, and then once we ultimately lost the Cardinals game, the Dodgers game was moot. And at that point, Sirianni should have benched everybody, and
you said the Dodgers game.
the Giants. I'm sorry. But yeah, we should have benched the starters and just because there's no reason we already lost 1 seed losing to the Cards. So we should have just went into the Giants game and benched everybody. You risked your quarterback, your $50 million a year quarterback. You risked them, and he hasn't even thrown a pass all week long. you risked AJ Brown. AJ Brown could have been done until the foreseeable future of next season, middle season, hopefully, with an ACL injury, MCL injury, whatever it is.
Well, the AJ thing was early. That's the only thing, that his injury was early.
But it doesn't matter. You're still AJ's injury was early. I mean Jalen's injury was early. At the end of the day, you're risking your players for more injury when it's unnecessary. We're mathematically out of the first place. The first place is done. So rest the starters, go into it, get ready for the Bucks.
I was cool with
I don't agree with that
after the first half, because we had been garbage. We need something good going into the playoffs. We just rested them to play the same way we've been playing. Like we needed something
and
good.
we're down 20-0 going into the second quarter, bro. At that point in time, we still got the starters out.
And that, well,
they didn't take them out. They didn't take them out until almost the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, it was like the first half we took them out. But like once AJ went down, once Jalen went down, I wouldn't have let him come back in.
Jalen should have never been allowed. You see his finger?
Right then and there. Right then and there, because now Jalen saying he shouldn't have went in. But right then and there, I said that, like, at that point, he shouldn't have come in. Because now what the hell are we doing? We getting spanked. At this point, like, you see the game for Jalen came back in and probably got sacked 2 more times, and then they took him out. like at that point, you should have took him out. You should never came back in. At that point, we down our wide receiver 1, our wide receiver 1B, our running back 1. Our quarterback is dinged up. Like, at that point, take him out, bro. But Sirianni, like I said, I don't know what he does. He's not even good at the head coaching things now. He didn't do anything else. But even head coaching, the substitution, timeouts, the head coaching decisions, he's not even good at that. He's just a likable person.
What do you got, Troy?
And that's another
thing. What do you got, Troy?
We can make it clear that Nick Sirianni, great heart, just can't coach.
That's what I'm saying. But I like him as a person.
What do you have, Troy? Eagles or Bucks?
I got I think it's hard. Obviously, it's hard to beat a team twice in a season. Bucks, I think they lost some of their mojo.
Baker's banged up too, though.
Baker's banged up, but I don't see anything from the Eagles right now that makes me confident in picking and thinking that they can beat the Bucks.
At all, not one thing, bro.
What the Giants game was about. I think the Giants game was just like the Cowboys beating up on the Commanders week 18. That's what y'all were supposed to do to the Giants, just to get that momentum, get that mojo, prove that y'all are who y'all are. Didn't happen.
Well, real quick, I would say though, I didn't think, even if we won that game, even though I didn't think we was gonna win, I didn't see us spanking them at all, because we just played them 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has ever happened. We played them, the Cardinals, and them again. So I didn't see us spanking them at all.
That's true. That's logical. But when you're a team like the Eagles, when y'all built the way y'all built, it shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? When you're a Super Bowl team,
it shouldn't, but it does because of the head coach, because of the coaching.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the players too. But go ahead, Troy. Good to get your point out.
Long story short, I'm gonna go Bucks in this game. I am. I'm gonna go Bucks on this.
As bad as I want to go Eagles, I'm going Bucks. But the thing is, I want the Bucks to smack us. I want to get routed.
In the message.
I want, if they're gonna win, they need to win 40-6. Like I need
that'll cause a lot of internal conflict if y'all get smacked.
That's what I want.
AJ gonna demand the trade, or Devontae.
No. I don't. They're not gonna demand a trade. It's the coach. First of all, there's been. I was watching this this podcast on the Eagles, and they was putting a compilation of the past couple of weeks of the players and how they're wording things in their press conferences, such as with Reddick, when they was asking him about the dropping back in the coverage and stuff like that, and the changing of the side from the side to pencil boy, and basically they was like Reddick said, well, that call really coming up from above, which means it was Howie who made the decision. And I can't tell the coaches that I don't like playing in coverage because of my of my label, linebacker. Mm-hmm. Then you got AJ, and AJ's, even though his press conference was dope, and I think that was very eloquent, his wording was very sus too. We're fully behind Sirianni. Sirianni's my guy, this, that, and the third. But it's like, what you've got has shown on tape is that it isn't, and it's not just like the plays; it's also on the sideline. The way that they look at Sirianni, the way that their body language next to him, the body language in when they be showing the clips in the little coaches meeting, everything is different. So I don't know. I think Sirianni lost the team. I think there's no, and then on top of that, who's ever heard of a late season players only meeting where your star player is begging and imploring his teammates to trust the coaches?
That's something else I've seen too, bro. That shit is. Let me break it down. Boom. Body language. That shit is all. This is all TV narratives. Body language. Tom Brady.
Body language is real, bro.
Good. It's a passionate game. It's a sport. Of course, if I'm losing, I'm gonna be mad, bro. I'm not
no. It's one thing to be mad about the play that's on the field and having poor body language while being on the field or coming off the field. It's another thing to have that body language while your coach is talking to you on the sideline, and you're just curious of what the fuck is he actually saying? What are you talking about right now?
That's the NFL, bro. This is not high school. The NFL is like in high school, your coaches is more superior than you. You listen to them. The NFL, you more important than your coaches, if anything. So it's different. The body you losing and you losing the same way with the same thing. That shit is frustrating. Tom Brady curses out everybody. Peyton used to curse out everybody. They don't ever talk about body language.
When has Tom Brady? Sure, you would know this. When has Tom Brady ever gave poor body language to Bill? It's just been dejected and defeated, and I'm looking at you like I just don't know what you're doing.
Nah, Tom always trusted Bill, even if like in the spur of the moment, like he might like when he'll go curse out Josh McDaniels or some shit, but he'll go back and trust he'll trust and he'll stay within the game plan. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll trust what Bill has.
Well,
Sirianni was yelling at Reddick to get back on the field because Reddick didn't understand the call. Reddick didn't understand the communication in the call. Came to the sideline. He was trying to get the correct call, and Sirianni's yelling at him. And you have AJ Brown looking at Sirianni like,
yeah, because Smitty said something. He said something to Smitty too. So AJ was looking.
Because Smitty was trying to defuse the situation, and even Smitty got upset.
Bro,
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't have a players only meeting and ask your. I'm not gonna have us as brothers. I'm not gonna. We need to trust our parents.
Bro, yes,
we need to trust our parents to get us some McDonald's tonight. Like, I'm not. Nah, bro, we're not doing that.
We've never done it before, but they'll do it tonight.
Right? Like,
we never heard of no players meeting. We never heard no players meeting happening at the end of the year. Blah blah blah. All this dumb shit. Obviously,
but you haven't. Bro, Troy, when has there ever been a players only meeting at the end of the year when you have a winning record?
You know what's
and
crazy?
You're asking your teammates to trust your coaches.
When has a team been 10-1 and collapsed at the end of a season?
Never.
That's why.
There's been a lot of teams. We're not the first.
Bro, not like us.
Not 10-1.
This is bad. 10-1.
Not
being a Super Bowl contender, coming off the Super Bowl, starting this season. Bro, when we played the Bills and beat them, we went to 10-1. They went to 6-6. We ended the season with the same record. Nigga, this is historically bad. And then when you say that, when you bring back that we just was in a Super Bowl last year and it came out superior and had this collapse, this shit is unheard of. And of course, you have a players meeting if your season is falling apart at the end of the season.
Now, forgive me if I'm wrong. I think the only thing close to a collapse like that, not 10-1, but I think, and you could look up the stats, didn't Andy collapse in his last season as the Eagles coach? Like, wasn't there like 6-1 or like?
Nah, he was 4-12. He was never good.
Yeah, we was 4-0 then lost our next 12.
Got you. There you go. That's what I'm. Okay. Yeah. That don't make sense either. But
you saying like 10-1 alone?
Yeah, that's different.
But when you talk about like macro, like if you go all the way back to our dominant season from last year, because all together we was probably like 25-2 or something since last year, and then have this type of collapse. This shit is unheard of. On top of losing in the Super Bowl, this shit is like unheard of. So of course they're gonna have a players meeting. They're doing whatever they desperate. They're gonna do whatever they could to fix the problem. They're like, oh, I never heard of that. Blah blah. And two, on top of that too, like all these analysts, niggas don't even be in locker rooms with other teams. So, but I never heard of that. Like you heard of every team with everything every team do.
The thing is, doing shit like that at this point in the season is not ideal.
That's all I'm saying.
You're trying to come together when you're going up against teams that are already,
together,
gelled and
you're supposed to be playing your best football.
They're playing their best football, and the Eagles are trying to just figure it out and keep it together.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. It's not ideal to lose to bottom teams at the end of a season. That's not ideal. So of course you got
because those teams are still together. Just because their record doesn't say so.
That's what everybody was bringing up. How we had a players meeting. That doesn't make sense. Duh, we trying to fix the problem. It don't matter when it is.
No, but I'm not mad at the players meeting. If it's addressing the team, as in we need to figure out collectively what we're doing as players wrong on the field, and we need to come together. I'm not mad at that. I'm more concerned with we need to buy into what the coaches are saying. We need to buy into the plays that are being called, because at the end of the day, if there's players that don't believe in what's being called, and you have your quarterback and your wide receiver in the huddle going rogue because they don't trust the last play calls that's coming from the sideline, then yes, that's a huge problem. That means that a coach lost
who's that problem
locker room. I'm sorry.
Who you saying that's a problem for the coach? I mean, yeah, that's a problem for the coach, but that's a problem for the players too, especially the fact that whatever they called was dumb as shit, and we lost the game because of it. But they don't get enough blame for that because Sirianni took the blame. That's dumb as shit. You call Nick Sirianni, and I'm sure the coaches was coaching to get the field goal to win the game or go into overtime? I don't remember. Yeah, they coaching to get the field goal to tie, and you go rogue and lose us the game, and niggas just swept that shit under the rug. That's a problem for the dumbass players too. Then you talking about a quarterback who hasn't been playing good the whole season, and AJ Brown, who's been stirring the pot the whole season, and y'all niggas went rogue and lost us the game, but nobody ripped y'all because the coach took the blame for y'all. That's the players' problem too.
I mean, Sirianni's a nice guy.
That's a player's problem too. And like AJ, I wouldn't be mad. Like if AJ cool his talent wise, but if he really wanted to dip after this little shit that he stirred, I wouldn't even care that much. To keep it G with you.
No, I wouldn't either.
You don't like?
I want Smitty. I much rather Smitty. I don't want Smitty to leave.
No,
I'm okay with AJ leaving. I don't want Smitty to leave.
AJ, I don't think there's that super. If we treated Smitty the same way we treated AJ, I don't think there's a super big gap. And then we could just get another rookie or something or someone else on the other side.
Honestly, if you wanna keep it a whole buck, I think Smitty is the better wide receiver. I think AJ is dope, but I think that Smitty is just 10 times. I want to say 10 times, but he's a better route runner, overall. and he's just a better wide receiver.
He's a deep threat.
But I think that
50 balls is better. He jump up higher, but
yeah, AJ is just big and strong and could outmuscle you. But anyways, that's our show.
Yeah, the only positive though, I would end it on the Eagles. The only positive I would say is like Baker being banged up could really ruin the game, but I have no faith in us to get into Baker.
But that's the thing, because Baker got a bum ankle and he got a fractured rib. So I mean, that's the only.
But if you don't get touched, you chilling like that.
Yeah, that's
chilling.
So at the end of the day, let's see if Ocho Cinco was correct and the players checked out after they clinched and now it's gonna be a whole new season for them. History has shown us it hasn't been, but I don't know, man. We'll see you on Monday. We will see you guys next week.
We'll see us get spanked on Monday.
We'll see you guys next week, man. Thanks again for coming. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be tuned in with all of our newest
Thank you for coming.
Yo, first of all, Troy, take the top off.
Yeah.